Remember when Christmas wasn't just a meal, but a culinary time capsule? When each dish told a story of tradition, innovation, and family connection. The holidays weren't just about eating, they were about preserving memories, one forgotten recipe at a time. From roasted goose to intricate sugar plums, these forgotten foods aren't just recipes. They're edible memories that reveal how our grandparents celebrated, survived, and found joy during the holidays. Join us as we unwrap 20 incredible Christmas dishes that have disappeared from our tables, but never from our hearts. Sugar plums weren't plums at all. They were culinary magic. These delicate candies represented the pinnacle of Victorian confectionery, crafted through a meticulous process of layering sugar around seeds or nuts in a technique called panning. Each sugar plum was a small work of art, requiring hours of patient coating to create a perfectly round, glistening treat. More than just candy, they were symbols of luxury and craftsmanship, often given as gifts during the holiday season. As mass-produced confections emerged, these labor-intensive delicacies faded, leaving behind only a poetic memory in Christmas literature. When delicate candies gave way to heartier traditions, another dish would capture the spirit of holiday abundance. Mince pies began as a revolutionary culinary statement, a savory blend of meat, fruits, and exotic spices that told the story of medieval trade and exploration, originally filled with preserved meats and dried fruits brought back from the Crusades. These pies were more than food. They were edible, historical documents. By the Victorian era, the meat gradually disappeared, replaced by sweet ingredients. Yet the original version represented a fascinating intersection of survival, trade, and culinary innovation. Each bite was a journey through centuries of human ingenuity, connecting families to a rich, complex culinary heritage. Savory traditions transformed as another dish would capture the drama of holiday cooking. Figgy pudding was more than a dessert. It was a holiday ritual, steamed for hours, not baked. This dense pudding represented a communal cooking experience that brought families together weeks before Christmas. Dried figs, breadcrumbs, and a medley of warming spices created a dish that was both practical and magical. The tradition of flambeing the pudding with brandy added theatrical flair, turning dessert into a performance. Each pudding was a testament to patience, creativity, and the joy of shared preparation. Dramatic desserts gave way to another centerpiece that would symbolize holiday abundance. The boar's head wasn't just a meal, it was a medieval spectacle, roasted whole and paraded into dining halls with an apple in its mouth. This dish symbolized triumph, abundance, and the raw spirit of celebration. Preparing a boar's head was an art form. Hunters would carefully roast the entire animal, garnish it with fruits and herbs, and present it with music and fanfare. It represented more than food. It was a statement of social status and culinary prowess. As hunting declined and feasts became simpler, the boar's head disappeared, leaving behind only its legendary status in Christmas carols. Dramatic centerpieces gave way to more practical side dishes that would define holiday meals. Chestnut stuffing represented the perfect marriage of practicality and elegance. These native European nuts, with their natural sweetness and rich texture, transformed ordinary poultry stuffing into a luxurious side dish. Boiled, peeled, and mashed chestnuts were combined with herbs, onions, and sometimes meat drippings, creating a stuffing that was both affordable and sophisticated. Each bite told a story of seasonal resourcefulness. As bread-based stuffings became more convenient, chestnut stuffing gradually disappeared, taking with it a connection to older, more intentional cooking methods. Nutty traditions gave way to another dish that would capture the sea's bounty. Oyster stew was more than a dish, it was a cultural bridge, particularly popular among Irish immigrants. This creamy, simple stew represented adaptation and celebration of available ingredients. Fresh oysters simmered in milk or cream, seasoned with butter, salt, and sometimes nutmeg, created a comforting dish that spoke to coastal traditions and immigrant experiences. It was especially significant for those observing a meat-free Christmas Eve, as refrigeration and shipping made meat more accessible. Oyster stew faded from holiday tables, but its memory remained a testament to culinary resilience. Seafood traditions gave way to another dish that would capture the complexity of holiday desserts. Plum pudding wasn't just a dessert, it was a family tradition steeped in symbolism. Despite its name, it contained no plums. Plum was a historical term for dried fruits like raisins and currants. Steamed for hours and often prepared weeks in advance, plum pudding was a labor of love. Families would gather to prepare this dense, dark dessert, sometimes hiding coins or charms for good luck. The dramatic flam with brandy made it a true centerpiece. As tastes shifted toward lighter desserts, plum pudding became a nostalgic reminder of more elaborate holiday traditions. Dense puddings gave way to another dish that would capture the era's fascination with gelatin and presentation. Jellied cranberry salad was a culinary canvas of mid-century creativity. These intricate gelatin molds, often shaped like wreaths or bells, transformed simple ingredients into visual masterpieces. Combining cranberries, gelatin, and unexpected additions like chopped nuts or canned pineapple, these salads were as much about presentation as taste. They represented an era's fascination with convenience, color, and culinary innovation. As fresh cranberry sauces and health-conscious cooking emerged, these wobbling creations faded, leaving behind a vivid memory of mid-century holiday tables. Gelatin creations gave way to another dish that would capture the sweet-savory complexity of holiday cooking. Cranberry glazed ham represented the perfect balance of sweet and savory. The tart cranberry glaze, simmered with sugar, orange juice, and warming spices, transformed an ordinary ham into a holiday showstopper. Each glossy, caramelized slice told a story of culinary creativity. The ease of canned cranberries made this dish accessible, turning it into a mid-century holiday staple that bridged home cooking and convenience. As new flavor trends emerged, cranberry glazed ham gradually disappeared, but its memory remained a testament to the era's innovative spirit. Sweet savory traditions gave way to another dish that would capture the grandeur of holiday feasting. Roast goose was more than a meal. It was a symbol of holiday abundance. Before turkey's dominance, this rich, flavorful bird was the centerpiece of European Christmas feasts. Stuffed with apples, onions, or chestnuts, the goose would roast slowly, filling the kitchen with an intoxicating aroma. Immortalized by Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, roast goose represented celebration, prosperity, and communal joy. As turkey became more affordable and accessible, roast goose faded from holiday tables, leaving behind a nostalgic memory of more elaborate feasting traditions. When roasted birds gave way to sweet indulgence, another treat would capture the spirit of holiday abundance and nostalgia. Fruitcake was more than a dessert. It was a culinary time capsule, dating back to Roman times but perfected during the Victorian era. This dense cake, packed with dried fruits, nuts, and alcohol, represented wealth, hospitality, and preservation. Families would carefully prepare fruitcakes weeks or even months before Christmas, allowing them to mature and develop deeper flavors. Soaked in rum or brandy, these cakes could last for months, symbolizing both resourcefulness and celebration. As mass production diluted its charm and tastes shifted toward lighter desserts, fruitcake became a cultural punchline, yet its legacy of craftsmanship endured. Dense cakes gave way to another dish that would blend tropical flavors with mid-century convenience. Ambrosia salad was a vibrant celebration of mid-century culinary creativity, named after the mythical food of the gods. This dish blended canned mandarin oranges, pineapple chunks, marshmallows, and coconut in a creamy symphony, often dressed with whipped cream or sour cream. Ambrosia represented the era's fascination with convenience and exotic flavors. Its bright colors and sweet complexity made it a centerpiece at holiday gatherings, particularly in Southern households. As tastes evolved toward fresher, less sugary options, ambrosia gradually faded, becoming a nostalgic reminder of a more playful culinary era. Tropical salads gave way to another beverage that would capture the warmth of holiday traditions. Homemade eggnog was more than a drink, it was a sensory ritual of holiday preparation. Families would gather to whisk egg yolks, cream, sugar, and nutmeg, creating a rich, frothy beverage that symbolized togetherness. The process of separating eggs, folding in whipped whites, and adding a splash of rum or bourbon was a cherished tradition. Each glass represented not just a drink, but a moment of connection, warmth, and celebration. As pasteurized, store-bought versions emerged, the art of homemade eggnog slowly disappeared, taking with it the intimate joy of its preparation. Creamy traditions gave way to another beverage that would unite communities in celebration. Wassail was more than a drink. It was a communal celebration of prosperity and goodwill. Rooted in ancient English traditions, this warm blend of ale or cider, honey, and spices was shared from a large bowl during caroling. The term wassail comes from the Old English ways heil, meaning be healthy. Passing the bowl represented unity, blessing, and shared hope. In some regions, it was even used in orchard blessing ceremonies to ensure a good harvest. As hot cocoa and mulled wine gained popularity, wassail faded, but its spirit of communal joy remained. Communal drinks gave way to another sweet tradition that would capture the delicate art of holiday confectionery. Ribbon candy was more than a treat. It was an edible work of art, handcrafted by heating sugar syrup and folding it into intricate, glossy ribbons. These delicate confections were both decoration and dessert, flavored with mint, cinnamon, or fruit. Ribbon candy represented the craftsmanship of a bygone era. Families would display these fragile treats in decorative tins, using them to adorn Christmas trees or give as gifts. As mass production simplified its intricate folds, ribbon candy lost its charm, becoming a nostalgic reminder of more deliberate, artful confectionery. When delicate candies gave way to hearty traditions, another dish would capture the robust flavors of holiday feasting. Spiced beef was more than a meal. It was a culinary testament to patience and tradition. Particularly cherished in Irish households, this carefully cured meat represented a deliberate, almost meditative approach to holiday cooking. Prepared weeks in advance, the beef was coated in a complex blend of spices, cloves, cinnamon, and allspice, then slowly cured and cooked. Each slice told a story of culinary heritage, of families preserving not just meat, but memories. As refrigeration and convenience foods emerged, this labor-intensive dish faded, leaving behind a nostalgic reminder of a time when cooking was an art of anticipation. Cured meats gave way to another appetizer that would capture the elegance of holiday entertaining. Stuffed dates were the epitome of mid-century sophistication. These small, sweet morsels represented a perfect balance of indulgence and restraint, often gracing holiday tables as elegant appetizers or desserts. Pitted dates would be filled with cream cheese, chopped nuts, or marzipan, sometimes wrapped in crisp bacon. Each bite was a miniature celebration of texture and flavor, embodying the era's love for compact, impressive appetizers. As holiday menus evolved and new recipes took center stage, stuffed dates gradually disappeared, becoming a cherished memory of more intricate entertaining. Sweet appetizers gave way to another confection that would transform simple ingredients into edible art. Marzipan figurines were more than confections. They were edible sculptures that transformed holiday tables into artistic displays. Crafted from almond paste and sugar, these delicate creations were molded into festive shapes like snowmen, Santas, and Christmas trees. European confectioners would meticulously paint and shape these figurines, turning a simple mixture of almonds and sugar into intricate works of art. Each piece represented not just a sweet treat, but a tradition of culinary craftsmanship. As mass-produced candies became more prevalent, these handcrafted delicacies faded, leaving behind a nostalgic memory of more deliberate holiday preparations. Sculptural sweets gave way to another treat that would capture the magic of winter's first snowfall. Snow cream was childhood magic distilled into a dessert. This simple mixture of fresh snow, sugar, milk, and vanilla transformed a winter landscape into a sweet, ephemeral treat that united families in playful celebration. Children would gather clean, fresh snow, carefully mixing it with sweet ingredients to create a unique dessert that felt like nature's own gift. Each spoonful represented spontaneity, joy, and the pure wonder of winter. As concerns about snow quality and the availability of other frozen desserts grew, snow cream gradually disappeared, becoming a cherished memory of simpler, more imaginative times. Clove-studied oranges were more than decorations. They were sensory time capsules that filled homes with the warmth and complexity of holiday traditions. These fragrant pomanders, created by carefully inserting cloves into whole oranges, served both practical and symbolic purposes. In the 18th and 19th centuries, these oranges were believed to ward off illness, represent prosperity, and create a welcoming atmosphere. Children would craft them as holiday projects, transforming simple fruits into intricate, aromatic decorations. As pre-made air fresheners and decorations became more common, this handmade tradition faded, leaving behind a nostalgic reminder of more intentional holiday preparations. These 20 forgotten foods are more than recipes. They're edible time machines that transport us to a world where cooking was an art of patience, creativity, and deep connection. Each dish tells a story of family, innovation, and the ever-changing landscape of American culinary traditions. They remind us that food is never just about sustenance, it's about memory, culture, and the invisible threads that connect generations. If you savored this delicious journey through holiday history, subscribe to Vintage America Tales. We're preserving the incredible stories of American culinary innovation, one forgotten recipe at a time.